Greetings, mortals. I am Natus, the ruler of the underworld, and today we will be reacting to the newest chapter of Black Clover, chapter 365, titled "A 500 Years of Solitude." Finally, people, after what feels like volumes after volumes, we are finally having a chapter that's gonna be focusing on real the aftermath of Seki's feelings. Since, let's be honest ourselves, 500 years of solitude, who else does that could possibly refer to but Sakurai? Like, this isn't me being sarcastic, like, who else, legitimately? So yeah, this is probably a chapter that, while I wasn't expecting it, I'm definitely hyped to finally see it since I always liked Sakurai. It was a really big disappointment how after the whole trial and her becoming officially a member of the Black Bull, she just kind of, well, fine enough, she just kind of remained being the pet in all honesty. I mean, she appears in her human form from time to time, uses her sealing magic once or twice, but like, when you really think about it, she might as well just remain as a pet for the most part and would not have been that much difference. But yeah, anyways, let's get in this chapter. So we start this chapter off with Sakurai bleeding and thinking to herself, and she's like, "My sealing magic is only sealing their wounds and pain. It can't heal them. But only that, not only that, but if I fall, it'll come undone." As then we see Gray and Ghost there, which confirm that they're alive, but they are alive in a sense of you're not recovering kind of deal. It's one of those sad, tragic stories where, yeah, the person is alive. Well, when Doug's like, yeah, the person's alive, but it's just kind of avoiding. It's just how long. It's not even like slowly dying stage. Just like, oh, they are still living, but do not be surprised if we give you a call and tell you tragic news kind of thing. And that's what Saka's basically doing right now. So she must, by all means, not be knocked out because until when that happens, they will not be able to be healed. And they don't have Mosa there, which means they're definitely not gonna be able to be revived. Question: did they ever acknowledge the fact that Mosa's healing magic can actually straight up revive people if they are given to her quick enough? That's actually that's pretty much in our faces. Like Ghost was definitely dead for a while, and I'm also doubting that, and I'm not sure about Charlie, by the way, but those two should also, I think, have been dead. So, yeah, most is like the only one that can heal to a point of revival. But anyways, we then cut to one of the characters that we've been all waiting on. Where was she all this time? And especially in the last chapter, we have Chami showing up, and she's transformed. She says, "What do you think you're doing?" And then we see a bunch of arrays all around there as the wolf emerges. As then we get a shot of Lucius and his, I think, four remaining paladins. I think he had six when he first came in. I'm pretty sure that some of them were destroyed beforehand. So yeah, anyways, then we have the Black Bulls. Well, I think Magnus screaming, "No, you Gordon Henry, stay back!" So it's there like the support squad. As we have Sakurai going to Gordon and Henry, which surprisingly enough, at least or at the very least to Sakurai, surprisingly, they are the Gordon and Henry are like protecting her, take her or getting fun of her, because again, like if she falls, then all the healing is gets on, well, all of the keeping it together gets undone. Which now makes me also think that they might also be sealed their bodies together. I mean, it worked against Lucifero when Zora went to punch them, so I guess that's the idea now. But anyways, then we have two of the paladins trying to strike at Charmy, but unfortunately, it just becomes goes in a dinner plate, and then Charmy uses that energy to boost herself and goes to strike them. I think they might be destroyed or not entirely certain. As then we have Domnishberg, as then we see some uh, shadows doing a little bit of splatter. As then we see alongside Fenrir two other wolves that make Fenrir now look like a Cerberus more than Fenrir. As then go for a strike. As then we see Charming striking, but Dinesh is able to block it. Then we see the Luck there and Zora and Maka as well to go for the block for the strikes. As then we have Dinesh saying, "These people, they actually are standing steadily buying time. So he's acknowledging them basically, like, yeah, okay, you guys are doing way better than I was expecting you guys to do. As then we have them saying, "You leave me no choice." As then he gets a new spell, which I think at this point in this final arc, this is like the most amount of new spells that any villain has gotten up to now in the story. But yeah, anyway, he uses a new spell and immediately like sends damage to Charmy to knock her out. Like we see all of her body be like, you heard the saying, death by 100 cuts. That's basically what. Well, it was 1,000. I think it was 100 cuts. That's basically what happens now. Is Charmy's all cut all over her body. As then we have someone screaming, "Charmy!" As they have Zoro they're going for a punch, but he's also getting cut all over. As Lucius tells him, the mission says, Master Lucius has granted some of the paladins a second type of magic. Some. So that's what, so in case anyone was wondering why Heath and Euro didn't seem to have two types of magic, that's because only a few of them actually have it. As then he says, the Supreme Devil Vobal was purified and so have been given. As we see the Mesher using that spell, he just kind of holds his blade up, as then that strikes his Zora before he can strike Damnation, and he just falls down. As then Damnation says, atmosphere magic. You will be judged by invisible power. So basically now, Damnation has atmosphere magic, which is Bell's magic, which I'm actually kind of happy that we are getting this kind of statements here. Like, it was kind of up in the air about what was up with some of them, but now we have it clarified. Some of them have a second type magic, which I'm kind of assuming are gonna be people who don't have the. Okay, here's what I think is happening. They are gonna be people, devils. Most people in devils have the same kind of magic. While there are some devils with different type of magic, like Zagret and the Supreme Rank devils, all seem to have their own form of magic. There are people that have similar magic to the rest of the demons, except for Beelzebub and Normal and Lilith, who have the same magic types as people, and some people they can have, but not all. So what Lucius seems to be doing is giving people who have the same magic attributes and devils, gives them that those devils to, I guess, make them their magic stronger. Like he, for example, his ice is very stronger than he was when he was first going up against Magna and Asta. While other people, devils that have like unique types of magic, that's very unlikely for there to be people, or if he just wants to get people to do typing, since spatial is an already existing magic, he'll give just random paladins those powers, and they'll be, having their double magic attributes. So just to be on the safe side, I guess this is a reason why Ural and Heath did not have to do typings. So I do kind of have to wonder if the ones with dual typings are supposed to be a bit higher or more special viewed by uh, Lucius to give them this, because we can at least say now Damnation has one and Lily have one. Now I feel like that's very safe to say that Axel and Morgan have Lucifuges, which I'm pretty sure, which a lot of people think it's dark magics, and I'm gonna go with that. So Morgan has dark magic probably, while Axel has curse wielding magic. So we can, I think, pretty certainly say that. So at least I would say four, speculating on four at least, with two of them confirmed. Now I'm not exactly certain what power Drummond has, or if he's going to have a body or anything, but we have to wait and see on his front. Anyways, they will have him using atmosphere magic and destroying Nox two wolves. As then we see two, I think the two remaining of those holy golems there. As then we have Henry and Gordon going for a strike as Sekiro is just left on the ground staring there in horror. And then she remembers her existence. She's like, for 500 years, after forbidden magic made me inhuman, I lived only for my mission. A ridiculous amount of time, long enough to break my mind in my human form, I'd never have lasted. As we see that she's actually a bird, so I guess living like a bird helped Sakurai to, keep her composure, since, birds have a little more of a simpler lifestyle than if a human had to live for that long. As they have Seka be like, once I completed my mission, I was fine with dying. A world without Prince Lumia meant nothing to me, or so I thought. And because literally everyone you know left and everything died, probably your entire family died. If we're being totally honest, I don't believe there's a single swallowtail in the Clover Kingdom right now. I mean, I think there is someone that has a similar last name, but it's like one of those branch things, like how in Harry Potter you have you have Salazar Slytherin, but the only closest relatives to Salazar Slytherin are people that have like a different name. I think it's Marvolo and Gaunt. I think there's some others, but I'm blanking. I think only those two are like the only two who are important. But yeah, you have like limited number of people, so it's kind of one of those things where she has literally nothing in the world. As then we have her saying as she looks at the face of Lumiere before he died, which by the art style kind of makes me. I'm not sure if this is like supposed to have been literally taken from the volume itself, or if this is just it's trying to make it look more distinct or something. Because I don't know, the art style looks a bit like more early Black Clover than modern Black Clover. You know how artists, how artists usually like change the art style a bit, or you can see the improvements. Like if you look at the newest volumes of series that have been in serialization for a while, and the first volumes, you'll see a bit of a difference. Like just, I think if you look at One Piece, you'll tell the difference will be obvious. If you look at Bleach, the difference will be obvious. I don't have any good examples on me right now. I mean, the closest examples I have are like the earliest My Academia, but I don't think there was that big of a change. But I do think you can tell the difference a bit. But then she remembers things, as then she remembers Lumia's words is like 500 years. Really, Sakura, thank you for all you've done. Which mostly just meant and eating birdseed and pooping everywhere and annoying people. Is there other stuff ever laid eggs? That would be kind of. Yeah, I really wish that Black Clover now had a crush and more than regular SPS because I really feel like someone would have asked Oda, well, not Oda, Tabata if he had regular SPS like One Piece has, about did Sega ever lay eggs? Which is a bit of a mood kill, but I do have to wonder that one. And we have Lumina telling her, "Now find new happiness with your companions in this era." Mostly because you have to like literally, mostly because otherwise you have to commit suicide. Like remember, the second was not dying. It's not like Lumiere was actively dying. I'm certain if he did not get destroyed or anything, he would probably have remained in a new era. But because he was dying, it's like, what can you do really? So yeah. Anyways, and then we have Nero. I'm not sure if this is like supposed to be more of a stylistic choice, if this is like one of those it couldn't have been finished or something. But she remembers the Black Bulls basically, except for Yami, which now makes me think this is just more of a Tabata didn't have time to finish it. But actually, no, I see Yami. Yeah, I see it. So yeah, he was next. I thought he was being more in the middle, but now he's next to Noel and Nacht. Well, in between those two. So, but yeah, she remembers them, and then she's like thinks of, oh, so I thought. As then we have Nox putting out blood like whoa, as we see him being pierced with Damnatio's sword. As then we have Sakai thinks of stop it. As then Magna throws his Death Chain spell, which I was wondering why he didn't use it, but now we see him, but we see Damnation just easily destroying it. We see the chain on it, and then the adversary magic hitting Magna again. So yeah, this is what would have basically happened if Dante didn't left himself wide open or let Magna hitting him with this. Yeah, he would not have been able to be that much. Honestly, it looked like it was relatively easy to destroy if you just hit once. As they have Saka saying, so the friends who saved me are, as they see I think poison being sent out from the rocket or what a ship that Henry and Gordon are having. Well, the mission goes there to strike at it and destroys it. As then we have we see Henry and Gordon falling down with Sakura also being in the air, although she's not knocked out, she's just being sent back. She was in the ship, I guess. As they we see Dorothy, Witch Queen, and Vanessa going there for strikes, but Damnatio just uses atmosphere magic and sends all three of them back, as well as a few of the witches, which actually looks like they've been killed, weirdly enough. Which I'm kind of disappointed the Witch Queen and Dorothy went down as quickly as Vanessa did. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying the Witch Queen and Dorothy were some insanely powerful characters, but you would think those two were a lot more powerful for that we give them credit for. Like, you'd think it would just be a bad matchup, really, which it could still be. Atmosphere Magic is something that feels like it would be a bad matchup for most characters when we are thinking about it, but still, like, you'd think that the Witch Queen and Dorothy working together would have been able to do something. Or maybe that's just for detention's sake. But regardless, then we see Sakura on the floor, like shaking. She slowly rises up. As then we see Damnatio with his scale. As Sakura's like, "It's your fault. What? You're why I stayed alive. Why I have companions. Why I was able to regain my heart. So come back." As we see Asta's back, which also we see Libre there, so maybe the ship is gonna be going crazy again. And because usually you don't get Libre included in this shot, it's kind of like you just kind of forget about him there. As there we have Sakai screaming, it's like, if you're not here, we can't even get started. And she screams in agony. As then Damnatio gets his sword right in this dramatic shot as he says, "This truly is the end." But then we immediately have Asta appearing from the chamber. I guess they were able to hold that. I kind of have to wonder if Sakurai also sealed it as soon as the wall was breaking down, since otherwise I feel like if all of the people involved who got knocked out, it would have immediately been disputed. But no. But regardless, we have Asta showing up, patting Sakurai on the hat, as he basically is kind of similar manner as kind of Yami does sometimes when he pats some them on the head whenever they do good. As he does this, which kind of symbolizes that he's gonna become the captain, or well, not captain, he's the Wizard King, to basically calm her down, like, I'm here and I'll handle it. As then we see a bit of light coming from it, as then we see Sakura looking at her, shocked, is kind of relieved, as then she sees the Lumiere in a flashback, and she sees Asta walking, symbolically saying that is symbolically again showing that he's the next Wizard King kind of deal. We are a lot of times, but it's kind of nice that we see it from someone who actually has experienced Wizard King, a different Wizard King alongside besides Julius. So yes, as then we have Asta just determinedly saying, old Chill says like, "You guys, thank you," as he just walks there. Now we don't know if the Spirit Guardians are gonna show up, but I feel like they'll just kind of like ruin the moment if they walk behind them. Although I guess you could have like a panel or something with them saying, "Don't worry, he is here and deal with stuff." As we have Asta, as Asta goes and confronts Lucius, well, Damnatio. Now I think there are two more of the those holy golems things, or four more. I think it's a couple of them. They're still there. So Austin's gonna be doing a quick work of them, and then going to have a battle with Damnatio. Now I'm not sure how long this fight's gonna be, since I could see this as just being like another fight similar to Ural, where Asta just kind of like took out his blade and stroked him down. But unlike Ural, it would actually be impressive. So with how powerful the nature has been shown this chapter to be. So yeah, this is the end of the chapter. My thoughts on this chapter. I really like this chapter. I really like gives you the feeling for Sakura. You realize how much of a shitty life she had. Like there's something I don't. Second one of those characters where when you think you like them, but you never like when you have to read the story through and you think about it, you have to realize how sad their lives are actually. So seeing Asta walk, so this kind of reminds you of that sadness, and seeing the despair with how everyone is just being like sliced down is very good, and it shows it really in my opinion shows the threat of Damnatio, because unlike villains in the Spade Saga, where it was mostly Cap just saying, "Oh my God, this Cap is so powerful. This guy's mine is so powerful. This guy's this level." It actually feels threatening because unlike those guys, they kind of just like that guy who showed up was like guaranteed to get some kind of upper hand against them. Like it was not even that big of a shock. It was like not even that big of a deal. But here you actually do feel the tension. While I do not think this is gonna be like a big epic over the top battle, because I feel like this is gonna be because again like while I do put them Paladin Damnation above Paladin Lily, I do feel like Asta would not have that much more difficulty go up against him. Like one, his atmosphere magic would not be able to harm Asta in the same manner because of anti-magic armor, or depending on how much he uses it. And the measure swordsmanship skills are not gonna be enough to contain with Asta, and his anti-magic will just say fuck your skill. So it will just kind of be at best a swordsman fight that Asta is automatically going to win. Like even before that training that he did this with the spirit god, well with the use, and before we cut to the Clover Kingdom, would have been more than enough, I would say, to beat Damnation. I mean, maybe he would be more damaged, but I feel like he would still been able to beat Damnation or Paladin Damnation at that point. But still, I do feel like the tension and the threat here from Damnation because he actually has done something and actually proven that he is indeed powerful. So yeah. Anyways, those are my thoughts in this chapter. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to this channel for more videos in the future. And with that said, I cannot wait to see all of you mortals next time. Goodbye.